welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. My name is JDavis, and every week I wait, and then I know it's my Marc Z moment. That means Marc Zwetschgenbaum, president of Marc Z Legal Staffing. Welcome back, Marc.
Thanks, Jeff. Great to be back, and happy holidays for all the holidays we're beginning.
For full disclosure, I already had my Marc Z moment this morning. You
It was
called
very
me
special.
you called me before work. So, but Marc, what's up in the world of human resources, personnel, professional service firms?
Jeff, in honor of Halloween and the holidays, I thought we'd talk about the holidays and how employers should respond in the workplace. For example, on Halloween, how should it be celebrated? And because a lot of employers love the idea of a fun holiday like Halloween, and there's a lot of do's and don'ts, but the whole purpose of celebrating is to have a really positive, upbeat, morale-driven experience for your employees. So
good for the culture.
It's good for the culture. So a lot of employers are wondering what's right, what's wrong, what should I do? And so my first advice is really try to have a good, positive Halloween theme for everybody who wants to participate. If they don't want to participate, coworkers, workers, supervisors, that's fine. And make it comfortable. So, for example, have a contest for people that want to participate, maybe, and the best costume. But have costumes that are not displeasing or not controversial. So, for example, going as a political figure to the workplace for a costume, not good. Going as a witch to the workplace, very positive. Going as a scary zombie where your face is covered, not good. Going as the cowardly lion, positive. So those are things in terms of costumes, in terms of candy. Obviously, if you have candy for everybody, make sure it's wrapped candy, because we are concerned about germs today, and just having candy corn in a whole big bowl is not healthy. Wrap candy in front for everybody, healthy. A lot of it is common sense.
So complicated. I remember being a kid, and I don't think I waited for any time of the year as much as I waited for Halloween, Marc. And I used to take, a big grocery bag, the paper bags with the handles, and I would go out up and down my street, and I would have it full in about 15 minutes because I could stick my hand in their bowl. And I would go home and get a second grocery bag and fill up a second grocery bag. And then I would go home and dump both grocery bags on my bed, tell everyone in my family to go away, I wasn't sharing it. And in 2 days, they were all gone. It was just a simple time to get fat or chubby, eat a lot of sugar, have a good time, and not have a conscience. And
Right.
now it's just, you got to go with your kids. I never let my kids go alone. I always went with my kids. They didn't want me going with them. They were always said, "Go away, Dad," especially when I put on a costume. "Go away, Dad."
Right.
It's just a different time, and you got to be sensitive to what's going on in the world today and who you could be offending.
Correct. In terms of the whole political and making sure everybody feels comfortable, correctness and is the reality today. And in some ways, sadly, you have to have it like that today, just because of just things that we didn't know. I mean, I remember biking to school when I was like 5 years old, and it was like, 2 miles. My parents didn't think anything. I don't think you or I would have, depending on the situation.
And you didn't have a lock on your bike.
Correct. Right.
But if you show up in an outfit and you offend somebody, and there's a lot of ways to offend people.
Correct.
That person may not ever be able to work with that person ever again, and may actually start looking for a job.
Correct.
being hypersensitive about Halloween costumes, images that are being projected is critical for the employer. You can do more damage than good if you don't
Correct.
manage.
Correct. No, it's
Good
something
point.
all employers want to be conscious of. Even like they were saying, scary movies, maybe have it in the conference room, or Halloween contests, costume contests, how you judge them. I mean, everything affects morale, affects the culture, and affects relationships.
Well, so before we go, so that people know, could you take your mask off and we can see who's really talking? Mark,
Sadly, my mask is who I am.
scary. Mark, if
Can I
someone's
tell you
looking,
a quick funny story? Speaking of
sure.
masks, I've had in the last few weeks, 2, 3 weeks, one of some of the groups that I am involved in professionally, they all have people talking about your Halloween experience. And one of the Halloween experience I talk about in terms of being mistaken. And I've been mistaken many times for Bill Belichick. And so, it's funny. And I talked about one particular case where I literally walked into a restaurant where everything stopped. So you never know. I think people have, even without costumes, a double dagger. But I'm fortunate to be mistaken for somebody who's well known and respected. I know he's coming through a challenging time now, but what's success? So what better to have a good career that you're mistaken for somebody like Bill Belichick?
I'd rather you be mistaken for Bob Kraft. Uh, Mark, if someone's looking for you and they want more advice about their organization, recruiting personnel, I just heard yesterday afternoon from somebody who was very thankful for the work that you were doing to help them with their organization. This morning, we interviewed somebody from another firm that was saying, say hi to Mark Z. So, but for those who don't know Mark Z and want to have that sense of security, how would they find you?
His website, radioentrepreneurs.com, and then 617-338-1300.
And for all of you who have become like me, Mark Z junkies, Mark will be back next week on Radio Entrepreneurs.